We've had people come right through from beginners to doing vocational courses like health and social care, and then they're actually speaking English, then they're going out and getting jobs and just equipping people to cope with all that, really.
I study university. Is calling is a very famous book writer Tolstoy. It's a Russian book writer. I finished University of Tolstoy. 5 years. I was a Russian teacher and Russian language and literature.
The earliest memory which I have, I should say, from war is just the helicopters which is surrounding our house, and also going to school. So everywhere was helicopters, and sometimes the jets.
Jet fighters.
Yeah, jet fighters going on. That one was very horrible memory which I have. So we had to escape from the sound of it, because the flight from Kabul to go to north or south of Afghanistan to bomb, or for what reason, I don't know. So that's the scariest memory which I have.
I remember going to school. I remember walking down the road to school. Sometimes I walked. Usually someone took me, but then sometimes I used to go in a rickshaw. And of course, in those days, they weren't motorised. A man used to, pull it, and I used to give him a really hard time because I used to jump out of it the whole time. He just complained to my parents, I was really naughty.
I'm grow up in village with a lot of friends around, neighbors, and it was lovely. I remember my grandfather has a lot of land, and he has a lot of bee, and I didn't know how to count, but until 100, I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, 5 years old, and I lie down on a grass and count the bees one by one until 100.
And that time she told me, I am as a Muslim, I shouldn't do human figure because I am Muslim, I am not allowed. One day we stayed home, and that time I realized I can express myself in my work. At least if I can't talk, so I can express it through my work.
Oh, we have big garden. It's not in central Chechnya. It was a little bit outside. I always been with my mom and help her. We have plenty of strawberry. I like strawberry. I always going there. Went with my mom there, and when you eat strawberry, when they're fresh, they taste different.
Yeah.
But I always remember. Yeah.
But when the Taliban took control, it was very horrific and overwhelming. And that time.
In what sense was it overwhelming?
Everything. So you can't go outside. You couldn't go outside of your house without any man, a male, to be with you always. Yeah.
It was difficult because my children start study. They did very well, when everything just stopped. They killed family, husband, so It is different life.
It was early stage of in that time, which we escaped. So we moved from Afghanistan.
Was that a huge risk to try and escape? Was that a really dangerous thing?
Yeah, it was.
Can you describe that then? How did you get out?
I shall not talk.
But it's very hard when you leave everything and get out of your place. But sometimes moms are a little bit mad. They can do everything for their children, everything, just to survive. For my children, I put my children in dangers, just to don't leave them to die in that kind of situation. I crossed Adriatic Sea with a boat, small boat, with my 3 children in and my husband in as well. And after that we went to Italy, from Italy to France, from France we traveled to Belgium, from Belgium we traveled by lorry illegally to England. It was worst thing I did in my life. It was that thing when I put my 3 children in that boat in Adriatic Sea. I'm going to forget. Never. Until that day when I die. It was very hard. But it's life. It's life.
When I came from Malta to England, I have to stay 2 hours and go back to Russia. What happened? All my clothes and the girl clothes transferred from one plane to other. I lost everything, money, clothes. I just had a small handbag, that's it. And when the plane left, I just sit down and cry. I say, bloody hell, what I have to do? I don't speak I don't understand any word. I don't know what I have to. I remember it was $20 in my pocket.
I remember when I come here in England at first, the police opened that door from lorry. I never forget that. They were very, very nice to us. Very, very nice to us. They took my children like that in their arms. I never saw the police in my life took the children, handing the children like that. No, in my country, no. But here in England, I find it that. It was warmest thing in my life, I find it. In my life, warmest things. If someone broken the law in my country, they're not going to hug your children and put in nice place and offer coffee, a tea, or biscuits. No, they're going to put you straight away in jail. But here I find that warmest thing.
I survived because of people very helpful, very kind. I'm study alone because if you live in this country, it's important. You understand people, you support people. If you need some question, it's very important if you know English. But I try my best. I know my English not well, I'm so sorry.
Stories are quite very sad, some of the things they go through, but I suppose it's just the attitude of other people around really, and I suppose the media, the sort of things they pick up, it's always sort of asylum seekers, you know, it's always bogus, you know, none of it sort of, there's nothing about the contribution they make or their children make. It's always, oh well, they're getting benefit, they come over here just to get benefit. And I think those sort of things upset me because I don't even think they're true. I mean, I know there are people who play the system, but you know, they always seem to get away with it. But it's, I mean, they never say anything positive, you know, and it just spreads this fear among people. That, oh, well, these people are flooding in, they're taking jobs, they're taking money, taking benefit, they're not doing anything, and they don't really know the reality of it at all.